Hello, this is Cartomante. It is a fortune-telling game where you tell people's fortunes with tarot cards, I believe. I have not played this before, okay. I can't wait to go home to lay like a corpse in your couch and finish the new Fletneck series you've been binging, Estranged Flinges. That is to say, a normal Thursday. You decide to take in 3 more customers before wrapping it up. Okay. Where, do I need to click? Hello? There we go. An oddly garbed man enters. Despite his bold choice of outfit, he seems somewhat shy. Very bright. Lots of colors. Do you have a dog on your shoulder? Are you Miss Cartomante? You can drop the miss and call me Cardi. What troubles you, my son? He looks relieved, as if realizing he is in the right place after all. After a brief sigh and a sly shoulder drop, he proceeds. So then, Miss Cartomante, heed my tale. I'm a service provider. Of humble origin may I be, but dear father of mine taught me to care for all my loved ones equally, for love is patient, and it doesn't dishonor others. But at the same time, love rejoices with the truth. So I came today to ask what of you, the truth. You didn't expect him to turn all nibu all of a sudden, but it's good to see he's feeling more at ease. I have no idea what that word is. Interesting. Oh, may I keep talking? Of course. Okay. Well, that's strange. People normally interrupt me as soon as they can. As I was saying, love. Yes, love. So you see, I'm currently amidst in the most gripping love triangle story ever. At one corner, Bruno, the love of my life, the one I swore to grow old with, who always supported me through my hardships, whom I lived together with. At the other side, Pal Hairs, the hurricane that came into my life and shook me profoundly. I love his big brown eyes. I love his thick, coarse skin. I love the feeling of his moist tongue brushing against my face. Oh. I love, above all, I love how quiet and understanding he is. All in all, he's a really great dog. Oh God, it's a dog. But the thing is, Bruno doesn't seem to like him, and I really wanted him to like him. The burly man in front of you withers like the flower life cycle time-lapse video your mother sent you the link to yesterday. Oh, Miss Cartomante, please do tell. How can I make the two of them get along? So I can seat by the figurative fire. I think that's supposed to be sit by the figurative fire of our home with both my beloveds in a Sunday afternoon. Something that's been nagging you for a while now. Perhaps it's an appropriate opportunity to ask. Tell me more about this dog. With gusto. What do you want to know? Where did you two meet? He suddenly showed up in my room. He must have jumped in through the window or something. He has strong legs since we live in the 3rd floor. How the heck did a dog jump up to the 3rd floor? That makes no sense, man. How much does he weigh? How heavy is this thing? Almost nothing. Well, actually nothing, but I guess that's because I'm just too strong, you know? What breed is he? He's a purebred mongrel, the best breed. Okay, so one last question. Where is he right now? Is this the dog on your shoulder? What? He's at home, I guess, since they don't get along well. Bruno doesn't take him on walks. Then what's this? What's this right here? You know, it's actually pretty sad. Bruno doesn't even acknowledge his existence, you know? When I walk about, he just looks at me with a concerned expression, like I am totally crazy. Am I crazy, Miss Cartomante? You're not crazy. He's a paying customer. I'm not gonna insult him like that. You're not crazy. but you might have to be ready for the truth you seek. After sometimes staring at it, it finally realizes you can see it. The two lock eyes, and for a moment it looks wary of you. Wait, what? Staring at it, it finally realizes you can see it. Are we talking about this dog on the shoulder? What? Is there something on my jacket? Yes? No, nothing. Let's confer with the cards. Alright. Let's pick this one. The Justice. It symbolizes harmony, objectivity, conciliation, as well as attraction and repulsion, life and fear, promise and threat. Partiality, karma, choices. You gotta pick one or the other, dude. What? Yeah, there's like no way someone can compete with a dog. Your husband is probably jealous of your love for it and is understandably anxious. Wouldn't you be as well? Of course not. Who's to say a man can only love one being at a time in his life? My love for Bruno and my love for pale hairs are two entirely different things. No. You must pick only one. When you watch a rom-com and the protagonist likes two different people, how does that pan out for him? Well, that's true, but a cinema is not real life. Prove it. What? I can't prove that kind of thing. So you admit it's just a supposition. I do. What the fuck? Precisely. The man is baffled at your flawless diantics. He is so utterly defeated that he stands up and leaves right away. You feel unstoppable, a machine built for winning. Go with the grace. It may bring closure to your troubles, sucker. Are we actually conning people in this game? You remember that man's baffled expression and smirked silently. Grandma was right. The best part of the job is to be able to mess with people from time to time. I have to water the fern. Water the fern. Can you click on other things? There we go. What about the little... Oh, does this mean you're open? Oh. Maybe it does. A well-dressed lady walks in hurriedly and sits down, crossing her legs. Before any introduction is possible, she starts talking. What a place, right? Even Fabian, my chauffeur, who always boasted about every nook and cranny of the city, had trouble getting here. Excuse me, darling, but are you hiding from something? Although, if I recall correctly, they say that the further you go, the stronger is the magic, right? So by that guideline, your magic must be incredible, dear. Sweetie, can you confirm something for me? Lorla called you earlier and said the consultation was $350. Is that right? Because Lorelai, I don't know how to say that, can be a goddess in the kitchen, but that girl has an awful memory. Actually, the appointment is $180. Oh, good gracious, someday that Missy's going to be my ruin, I tell you. It's reassuring to know that there are still honest people in this world. Nowadays it seems like we are becoming extinct, but I bet no one can create a fund or start a petition for our species. Hypocrites. Alright, now that we're done with the particulars, let's go to the core of the question. I have a bouquet customization and delivery app. The Flores de Carmelia. Why is it shaking like that? We still haven't started delivery to this part of town, but we're already a huge success in the high zone. The business model makes the traditional street flower shop obsolete, but as a keepsake, Fleur's history, there's still one physical branch remaining, which also has been a family heirloom for 3 generations. Seeing that I've been extremely swamped with meetings with our stakeholders, why is it doing that? About our countrywide launch, practically living between flight connections, I obviously have no time at all to tend to the store. And being completely honest, it's only open to this day due to my emotional attachment to it, and for marketing purposes, of course. Since the app's success, the physical store hasn't been yielding profits for a long time now. But I couldn't simply leave it in the hands of any happy-go-lucky employee. Fleurs has almost no florist because we outsource almost all of the work. Our team is basically comprised of marketing and IT, you see. So then, a few weeks ago, my sister asked me if I could find her son, my new nephew Lorenzo, a job. So I made him store manager. Before you start judging me, it wasn't favoritism. He always attended excellent schools, had a high charisma, was in a sabbatical from college since he came back from the exchange program, and it's good practice to keep business within family. Anyway, I introduced him to the staff, gave him the keys to the store, and didn't think more about it. But a few days ago, I got this call from Mrs. Sandra, a meddlesome old lady who attends our country club and lives just next to the store. She said that, in respect for our long-standing friendship, she hadn't called the police, but every other night a group of juvenile delinquents had been trespassing inside the store, doing terrible things and disturbing the peace. It seems like they meddle with the alcohol, drugs, and there's even some public indecency going on inside my store. Ew. I know, I should have explained our security measures more strictly to my nephew. The store is in a very upscale location, but recently there have been some low-zone folks hanging about, doing who knows what. No offense, of course, but you know that there are a lot of bad apples that go all the way to the high zone to cause a nuisance, don't you? They take advantage of our tidiness and safety since they live in chaos. So there's like kind of a class system? High zone, low zone. I didn't want to tell Lorenzo so as not to scare him. I didn't want him to quit the job after being lazy or in a sabbatical for so long. What was that? I even got around to asking if he saw anything strange recently, but he said no and that everything was going well. He's a very kind-hearted boy, really innocent, you see. What got me worried is that I tried asking around the staff if they knew anything. They should have, since they ought to be cleaning up the mess, don't you think? But they all acted like nothing was happening. And that's the thing. I think those criminals are threatening my staff, so they keep quiet about their activities. Or even worse, some of them could even be accomplices. I mean, they are also mostly from the low zone, so that's a possibility, don't you think? I still haven't gone to the police because something like that could be really bad PR for Flores de Carmelia. What the heck is going on with this text? And I didn't take that risk on the eve of going national. I'm actually not much into this kind of stuff. She looks around the room and gestures to you and the deck of cards. But my sister reminded me that our grandmother, before starting up her business, went to a Cartomante for advice, and she told her that it would be a success. So I've come here with an open mind, as suggested by my personal coach, so that I can receive proper guidance on what to do in this situation. I want to know the best way of protecting the innocence of my little angel, to keep Fleur's public image untarnished, and punish those low-life deviants. Okay. Don't think your nephew is being completely honest with you. What do you mean? Are you saying that my angel is lying to me? Are you calling the blood of my blood a liar? I mean, lady, kids lie to their parents all the time. Or are you saying that he actually knows something, but is indeed being threatened by the criminals? She becomes fidgety, adjusting her body on the chair. Oh, I couldn't stand that thought. Ever since his parents got divorced, I've been dotting on him so he would feel less lonely. Oh, that's right. He's her nephew, not her son. Still, kids lie to people that are older than them, whether they're parents or not, all the time. I like to think of myself as his second mother, you see, and I know he can have a strong sense of justice sometimes, but I think he would go that far. But to think he would go that far just to not make me worry. She sheds a single dramatic tear and quickly wipes it from the back of one of her gloves. Oh, Miss Fortune Teller, I must ask you to help me. I'll do anything for my little bean. Tell me how to take vengeance on those scoundrels. Stare blankly. What happens if you do stare blankly? You're at a loss for words, so you decide to just keep looking straight at her until she has an epiphany all by herself. She furrows her brow for a moment and then changes into a neutral expression and stares back at you. You didn't expect this development. Stare harder. You desperately try to regain your footing after the initial blow, but the damage is great. She is definitely a pro starer, and you know she will quickly catch on to your feeble attempt. Stare even harder. I don't have any other options. You know it is futile, but your ego won't just let you give her the win. You keep staring, grasping at any remaining pride and composure you might have left deep in your heart. Your palms start to sweat, and you feel your armpits getting drenched. Your right foot starts tingling, and you feel your vision blurring. Stare! You feel yourself dangerously approaching the threshold of something new, something different, something until now unbeknownst to humankind. You feel its embrace. It's warm and freezing at the same time. It feels like nostalgia, but it scares you on a visceral level. It doesn't have a name. It has no need for names. But even still, you feel it calling yours. Could you stretch your arms and reach it? How would it feel? Could that be what you have been looking for so long? It's coming, aggressively. It has no patience for your hesitant contemplation. It is coming. It is near. You blink. Ha! Damn it. I'm sorry, honey, but I am the state champion in the League of Entrepreneurs Pajama Party Staring Contest. Can't mess with the best. That's a very interesting championship to have won. You like her even less. You start shuffling your cards to forget your humiliation, but you know you will remember this until the day you die or forget about it. Okay, let's go far right. Again with the justice. It symbolizes harmony, objectivity, yeah, I know. Impartiality, how about that? In our lives, it is almost impossible to abstain from picking either side in a dispute. But due to our personal bias, our experiences, or our social status, we are always taking a stance, even if it is done unconsciously. But even still, there is a wisdom in recognizing there are moments one should strive to distance oneself from the matter at hand in order to perform a more holistic analysis. There's no such thing as the perfect jury, but the simple act of trying to evaluate a situation from all sides, leaving aside our preconceived notions, can open our eyes and reveal fragments of the truth to us. Love, that's poetic, but I feel you have the way with words my coach thinks he has. If you're interested, I have some connections that could put you up for some conference calls. What do you say? You start pondering for a second, but remembers one unpleasant experience that started with you going to give a lecture and ended up being a pyramid scheme event. Well, 180, right? You can have a little extra. I liked your style. She takes out a few bills from a beaten-up leather wallet and gives you 185. Go with the grace and may it bring you closure to your troubles. Okay. That was, that took a turn with the staring contest I wasn't expecting. You skim through some pages of Tarot, a marketing fraud, the newest release from Neocult Publishing. Your phone vibrates, which is weird because you practically only use it for online shopping and productivity apps. And unlocking, you see a message notification. On unlocking, you see a message notification with the name Carmelia, who somehow seems to have acquired your contact info. In profoundly abbreviated lead speak, she says she managed to install security cameras inside the store, unbeknownst to her nephew, and figured out that he was the one promoting private flamboyant flower-themed orgies. She ends the message saying she will punish him severely, forbidding him to set sail on his schooner for 2 whole weeks, and thanks you profusely for your help. He's got his own schooner? He's got a boat? Can I do anything else? Oh, you ring the bell? Is that how you let people? The door opens and a tall figure enters slowly and sits down silently. On her back there's a big package wrapped in stained fabric. Is that blood? That doesn't look good. Even after sitting down, she doesn't put the package down, holding it firmly between her shoulders and breathing slowly. This is Olivia, apparently. The figure stays silent. The package she carries doesn't seem to bother her. There's no need to be timid, my daughter. I see you carry a big weight, but sometimes the biggest load we carry is the one that can't be seen. Olivia? Persist. The reading can be more precise if there's a clear question or thought on your mind. Would you like trying to express your intention? Okay. The figure keeps silent, but you hear a tiny, angry squeaking. Hey, down to the left. You notice a small mouse under the masked figure's scarf. It squeals in your direction and looks straight into your eyes. Yeah, you, Hellspawn. Will you stop ignoring me? This is Simon the mouse. The mouse speaks in a commanding tone, betraying his little high-pitched voice. Listen, here's the sitch. I know pretty well the kind of person you are with that whole hoodoo scam to empty the wallet of the simple-minded. But unfortunately, the blockhead here is not only stubborn but superstitious, and would rather play around with cards than listen to her elders. So listen closely, because I will only say it once, so as not to waste any more of my time. Where could be a safe place for us to deposit the luggage, where nobody can fiddle with it? You feel me? I'm just going to do the card reading. I'm not going to ask questions here. Some clients might not be in the right headspace for talking, either because they come from a position of skepticism, either because they interact with others through small belligerent animals. Skipping to the reading and ending the consultation quickly is normally the best approach. Okay. Can I not get justice this time? Okay. The Tower. It symbolizes the severing of chains for a new beginning, as well as the challenges of the transition, but also collapse, fall, and the rupture of the safety net. Okay. Epiphany, Revolution. Let's do God's Wrath. We indulge ourselves in this notion that whatever rules this plane is, in one way or another, fair. And yes, the universe might always be trying to balance things out and return to equilibrium, but it doesn't concern itself much with our views on morality. Have you ever heard of the impassibility of God? There's a theological doctrine that can be summed up as God does not experience pain or pleasure from the actions of another being. Not to delve deep into the discussion here, but what I'm trying to say is the cycle of karma and the sometimes unfair events that happen to us are part of a greater scheme, unfazed by our ethics. And those events sometimes can be harsh, to say the least. Sometimes it's utterly incomprehensible, even though we always try to assign meaning to it. And the only thing we can do, the only thing that can be expected from us when the time comes, is to endure it with grace. I don't even know how this helped them. Was that a death flag just now? I think the magician just prophesied our untimely demise, Masky. Hey, it's not like that, necessarily. The cards give their answers in various ways. Confer with the will inside yourselves and understand how the reading may apply to your current condition. Well, they better mean something, because not only did we not get the answer we needed, the consultation isn't exactly cheap, you know. Well, I was hoping for a bit of a better answer, but whatever. Yeah, of course I don't want to be mean to our early checkout from the living condition either. I thought this circus freak would just say something like, your moon is in the... Oh my god. Dodecahedral conjunction with Nibiru, or something like that. Not jinx our existence. You try to calm him down, but the previously skeptic animal seems to be having a low-key panic attack. Screw this. Let's just go. This is messed up. Come on. Stand up. Let's go. She doesn't want to leave. I'm not scared. It's just a bad omen. Right in the middle of a job, you know. And on the off chance something does happen, I'm too old to die at this point. The tall woman stands up and the duo leaves unceremoniously. Go with grace and may it bring closure to your troubles. Okay, well that's, this is a very interesting game. We're not, oh, your phone rings and you see from your ex, even though you broke up 6 months ago, he still does these little awkward calls where he says something reminded him of you and ends up trying to talk about your relationship. We're not going to get into that. This is an interesting game. It's funny. When you give the answers, it's not exactly what people were looking for. It's just kind of humorous. This is an interesting game. This is Cartomante. You can get this on Steam for, I don't even know how much. I think it's like less than $10. I'm not sure. But thank you for watching. This was an interesting game, and you can expect more games like this. Not tarot card readings, but these types of little indie games, I guess. See ya.